Thanks for joining me for the weekly dose of Emuna for Shabbat Kodesh, a short audio lesson that injects Emuna into our Shabbat. And today we're going to learn about how we can attain and strengthen our humility on Shabbat Kodesh. So we'll talk about the idea of becoming humble through the prohibition of work on Shabbat. Now, Rav Samson Raphael Hirsch, he was one of the modern Jewish thinkers. And one of the things that he taught was one of the reasons why Hashem gives us this prohibition of working, and we're commanded to abstain from work on Shabbat Kodesh, is so that we will understand that it is Hashem who allows us the mastery over the world. So it's during the whole work week that we are allowed to, so to speak, control, to subdue the earth for its own ends. But it's on Shabbat that humanity must return it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and be mindful of the fact that everything that we do is, so to speak, on loan from Hashem. Rav Hirsch continues to teach us that one of the reasons why we refrain from acts of malacha, from creative acts that demonstrate human mastery over the earth, is so that we will recognize, we're going to acknowledge the fact that everything that we do is a gift from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So it's not the physical work, it's not the intellectual mindset that determines what it is that's the outcome of what it is that we do. It's any type of work that shows that we have just a tad bit of humanity, of mastery, over the world. Any type of malacha, of creative act that indicates or symbolizes the fact that we might have some sort of mastery over the world, that is what we are refrained to do. In other words, to be anything that is sort of godlike, from creating new things, changing things from one state of being to another, all of those type of acts we are refrained from doing. And this allows us to be able to look at the world from different eyes. By us refraining from continuing to engage in this world through creative acts, what we essentially are doing, we're humbly bowing down our heads before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we are understanding that it is Hashem that put us in this world. He's given us the amazing task to protect and perfect this world. And when we see our place, when we understand our humble position in the world, in the whole scheme of creation, then God willing, we're able to slowly tear away from the envy or the arrogance or, God forbid, any hatred that we may, God forbid, find ourselves sort of leaning towards when we're involved in very creative work during the work week. We feel ourselves on Shabbat bound up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And hopefully we could see Hashem in every single one of our brethren as well, because we're looking at the world now from a humbled place. We understand and recognize that it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's Hashem who's in charge of the world. And so hopefully that puts us in a place where we're not looking disdainfully amongst the poorest amongst us, or envy, God forbid, the richest. And hopefully we're not holding a grudge or holding back some love or care or honor towards someone else. Be'ezrat Hashem, we hope that we're able to actually look at everything from the eyes, from godly eyes, and understand that everything that someone else has, it's precisely allotted by Hashem. And that Hashem doesn't give us any more or any less than we're supposed to have. So the whole idea of abstinence from work is a sign that we're proving to Hashem that we understand that we're working for Him. We're demonstrating to Hashem by not working on Shabbat, by not engaging in anything that has to do with changing the path of creation. We're testifying to Hashem that we belong to Him. That we in fact understand that even though throughout the 6 days we stamp our creative impression upon everything that we become involved in, on the 7th day we testify to Hashem, Hashem, I understand the world is not mine. You are the ultimate ruler. And I understand that everything that I do is through your rachamim. That you're the master of the smallest to the greatest creature in the world. I understand that everything that I do is part of my service to Hashem. And there's nothing more free than not becoming enslaved to the work week and becoming enslaved to the mindset that it's me who's making a difference, but understanding that everything that I'm doing, everything, all the technological gadgets that I'm involved in and that has been helping me, I'm not enslaved to anything. That the only thing that I'm here to do is I'm working for Hashem. And those forces can no longer conquer me. I am only allowing myself to be subjugated to Hashem's will and to doing His will. And so Bezrat Hashem, this Shabbat Kodesh, I pray for all of us that we should be free, achieve true freedom, see our place in humanity, understand our place in the scheme of the master plan of this world, and humbly look at Hashem in reverence and with Yirat Shamayim, and be able to carry that through for the following week. Shabbat Shalom.